Hey fam, Chichi here. Welcome back. Today I'll be giving you my thoughts and opinions on the collaboration between Navitus and Sharida M called Mahni Cassonade. I know I'm a little late, but she has arrived. So I'm gonna tell you all about this collaboration and what I think. But if you're new here, hey, I'm Chichi and I talk about all things lavish but logical. So if that's your sort of thing, go ahead, subscribe, make some friends in the comment section, and follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Since this is Sharida's first collaboration, I gotta give you the whole experience with the packaging. So we have this outer sleeve, like so. We got the big body box, of course. Oh, okay, good. Ooh, takes a while. So then, there's a lot of pieces to the puzzle, child. Bear with me. Then we have our box, and then you open it up, and and your perfume is nesting right in the center. The bottle was actually really nice. It's glittery on top, and then it kind of does a little ombre situation into this really nice ambery type of color. So this is Mahni Cassonade. It's an extrait de parfum, and it's 125 ml versus their standard bottles that are usually 100 ml. I first sprayed this, right? And my first impression, I was taken aback. I was like, hold on now, like, why is this smoky? For some reason, excuse me, for some reason, I just got met with a bunch of smoke. And I was like, what's going on? Because I thought this was vanilla. I had posted on my stories that I had gotten this, and Simply Aisha was like, oh, what you think about it? And I'm like, girl, I'm getting a smoky vanilla. Like, I don't know what's going on with that. And she's like, oh, that's right up my lane. And I was like, but is it mine? Because I really don't love smoky notes in perfumes. Like a little something, but I was like, I don't know. Like, I remember telling her that this smelled like a fire pit that had just gone out, but the embers are still glowing. And then when you think about it in that perspective, this bottle makes total sense. I don't know if that was her intention of making it a smoky fragrance, but I got hit smoky. And I was just like, I don't know, girl. Like, this might not be my vanilla. So I had wore it, and I'm just like, I'm not getting this vanilla that everyone is speaking of. Well, mainly Sharida. I was just like, I don't know. You said vanilla ice cream, girl. I'm getting smokiness. Where's the disconnect for me? After a few hours of wearing it, then I would get like this freshly poured toffee, kind of sticky and sweet, like trying to push through that smokiness. So I started getting some of that sweetness. I started to get some of that brown sugar, but it wasn't happening like straight off the bat. And I was like, okay, all right. So I wore this religiously for a week straight, and I was just like, I don't know about this. So you know how I do with all of my Navitus perfumes. Take the cap off, spray, and I keep it in a nice, cool, dark place, aka the incubator. So I was like, by the end of the week, I was just like, I don't know if this is gonna be for me. So I left it alone. And I was like, it's gotta do a little something extra for me, because right now, it's not my vibe. To me, this came off as a smoky version of Vanilla 28 minus the florals, like that vanilla orchid, and the spiciness of Vanilla 28. So at the top, we have bergamot, vanilla ice cream, and cashmeron, with the heart notes of brown sugar, toffee, and amberwood, and the base notes of vanilla caviar, crystal musk, and Peruvian white amber. That amberwood was all up and through this scent for me. It basically was at the top to the bottom for me. I was definitely getting the vanilla beans and that toffee and the brown sugar. I got all that, but I was heavily getting that amberwood. It was very smoky on my skin. So I left it alone for like a week, probably even 2 weeks, and just, spun the block on it. Now that smoke has definitely subsided a whole lot. And now I'm getting more of that vanilla bean. Not quite vanilla ice cream, but it's definitely a richer vanilla that I am getting. I'm still getting the toffee. I'm definitely getting that brown sugar. but the woodiness, the smokiness from that wood, oh, she's calmed down, okay? Just a little bit. So when I think about this fragrance, this is definitely a decadent type of vanilla. So if I had to describe to you the experience of this fragrance, picture this, okay? We go into a very fancy restaurant and it's time for dessert, right? You're like, I'm in the mood for a vanilla ice cream. But you know this is a really fancy restaurant, so it's not gonna be like a dollop of vanilla ice cream. No, they're gonna have a white plate and like do the spoon, like the spoon swoop of freshly poured toffee, right? Little design. Then they're gonna take freshly churned vanilla bean ice cream, put it right in the center. Then they're gonna take a fresh vanilla bean pod, slice it open and scoop out the caviar and dot it everywhere on that plate. Perfect little dollops of it. Then they're gonna take more of that toffee and drizzle it right on the top, right? And then hit it with a little bit of brown sugar. But the brown sugar, they're gonna add a little flame to it just to crystallize that brown sugar. And then when you think it's all done, they take a glass, they fill it up with the smoke of the wood chips, like that. And then they cover the ice cream. So then it's presented to you and you get hit with that smoke, but that smoke is still infused into the vanilla ice cream and you get the gooiness of the toffee and the little crust of the brown sugar. That's what this is. That's exactly what this is. And it's very rich. It's very decadent. Thankfully, that woody smokiness has died down for me. It definitely didn't start out as a like child, but we're in the like region. So I'm happy with it. Of course, I will say it once, I'll say it again, and I'll continue to say it. You have to let Navitus Parfums sit. This definitely has gotten better since the time I first sprayed it till right at this moment. Definitely gotten better. It's more gourmand. Now, when it comes to gourmand edible, it's not my type of gourmand per se, only because of that smokiness. If that smokiness was cut down a little bit more, this absolutely would be an edible, lickable fragrance by my standards. Gourmand for me is that I want to lick myself, want to bite myself, I just want to take a huge chunk out of it. I don't have that feeling with this per se. Will it change? It probably will. Since that smokiness is going down and the vanilla is going up, I was like, I think I'm going to get there. I just definitely have not gotten there yet. As far as layering combinations, I really didn't try too many because I was still trying to decide whether the smokiness in here, you know, I was vibing with. So I just went with my old faithful. So I took Mahni Cassonade with Baccarat Rouge 540. I wanted to amplify that sweetness in here. And of course, Baccarat goes with everything. So these worked very, very well together. Something that I was really, really excited to try was Mahni Cassonade mixed with Tom Ford Lost Cherry. I wanted to try this out because Tom Ford had the smoking cherry. So I was like, add that vanilla, add a little of that cherry, and then I hit it with the smokiness from here, and it was giving me a whole vibe. This combination I really, really enjoyed a lot because y'all know that cherry liqueur was bomb. So mixing it with Mahni Cassonade, I was just like, yes, this right here was a vibe right here. I also have one combination that I tried and is not for the faint of heart, okay? It's not. But you want to mix this with Christian Dior Tobacco Lore. When I tell you this is a smoky vanilla tobacco combination, not for the faint of heart at all. Now that the vanilla in Mahni is getting richer, it really, really pairs nicely with Tobacco Lore. Again, if you don't like smoky tobacco like vibes, you're not gonna like this. Just take it easy, child, because tobacco lore on its own is very, very like overwhelming. It's a sweet tobacco, but these two together, if you're up for a challenge, pair these two together. And my last combination was Vanilla 28. Of course, I had to mix the two together, and it gave me a nice smoky, spicy, slightly floral, just, it had good energy with both of these mixed together. Anytime you layer vanillas, it's always gonna be a party. So layering these two were really, really nice together. As far as wearability, this for me is definitely a fall winter, more so a winter fragrance. Because I get smokiness, I'm gonna go ahead and say that the fellas could wear this, but they might find this too sweet for them. But I would definitely love to smell this on a man. I'll just leave it at that. If a man wore this around me, I'm turning my head. I might break my neck. Okay, so I haven't been around a gentleman in order to test said theory, but I do feel like a man could pull this off. But I imagine women, you know, very confident, who don't want to smell like cakey juvenile. This is very much so a grown vanilla. Absolutely. And that's why I'm just like a little shocked that I'm not in love with it, because I'm like, girl, you in your grown woman era. Like, this should be right up your list. And I do feel like it will climb up there eventually. But right now, she an entry level for me. It's just like, I need to know what you all about, girl. But I do feel like if you are nervous about smoky fragrances, it's not as smoky as, which one? Like the Jazz Club. One of those Margiela fragrances. Y'all know what it is. But it's not nearly as smoky as that. I like the level of sweetness to it. It's not sugary sweet. I do like the vanilla that's in here. I think it's beautifully done. I feel like next year when I pull this out, oh, she gonna be on and she popping. I can still wear it though. I can. And thankfully I did wait that extra week just to let it settle, because this would have been a whole different review, girl. I'm just letting you know, it would have been completely different. But Sharida, congratulations on your first collaboration. Check out some of my other videos and I'll catch you in the next one.